Live from the City of Angels, it's Sunday night. I know that you're I was at the gym this week, and this track came on, I was like, let's go! Sunday Night Spectacular is underway. We'll play it again later tonight, and I'll link it up in the video description on YouTube. If you've not subscribed yet, go to Midnight Movie Talk, and you can do so there and get the update anytime. We're also on X tonight. Thanks for being here on this Sunday night, our big show. As we get ready to go, we got two MMT tonight, Tuner and In the Gray, Henry Cavill. Oh, that's going to be ugly tonight. Get ready for that. Also, we'll talk about Christopher Nolan. He's in full-on promo mode. You see 60 Minutes tonight? We'll watch some of the clips. We have multiple shills of the week. That's going to be a blast. Also, the cringe of the week. Yeah, it's a new segment. Get ready. We are going to start, however, with Mandalorian and Grogu. Is it going to bomb? That's the question here tonight. And before I get into why I think Disney knows they're in big trouble, I have a question for you. Are you going to see The Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters? If you are, you're going to press 1 in the comments. If you are not, you're going to hit 2 for no. And we'll check in on that poll later here on this Sunday night. Okay, guys, let's talk about this film. As you guys may or may not know, we have a film opening this week that's a Star Wars film. Did you guys know that? What? A Star Wars film's coming out, and there's no buzz. I mean, no one is excited for this film. They're really pushing hard. Disney is trying to manufacture hype, and just wait till you see how they're doing that. But listen, you go back and you talk about Star Wars films in movie theaters going all the way back to the first, and you talk about an event, right? Every time there was a Star Wars film, it was an event. It doesn't even matter if it was Solo. It was more hyped than Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, Solo, as we'll look at the box office for the Star Wars films, that was the lowest, right? The lowest opening, lowest worldwide. And the reason that film didn't do well is obviously it wasn't very good. We agree. I think we all can definitely get on the same page there. But you also look at the fact that that was the second Star Wars films in 5 months. You're talking about the last film in December, and then boom, we turn around and give you another one. You need time. I think if Solo were at Christmas like they had been doing, it would not have done as poorly, even as the same film. We talk about how important it is to have the timing down on these films. If you don't nail the release date, you're in trouble. Like, it's not going to work for you. You're not going to have the mojo. It's not going to just swell to the perfect launch of your film if you don't nail that. And a lot of studios just aren't able to get that right. We see it happen all the time, and that was a big whiff by Disney putting Solo in 5-ish months after the last film. Big mistake. With this, no, it's been forever. We have not had a Star Wars film in how many years now, right? Was it Solo? What the hell was the last one? I mean, it's been Last Jedi? I mean, honest to God, right? I'm so Star Wars checked out. I do want to tell you that I am answering number 1 for the question tonight. I am going to see Mandalorian because it's a big film. This is what we do here. I will suffer through it, and I imagine I'm not going to like it. But listen, I'm going to go into it and say if it's good, it's good. Okay, we'll talk about it on Thursday. But I have a feeling that this film's in huge trouble. And if you guys missed my comments to the Toronto Sun from a few weeks back now, I was on the vanguard again, like I always am. I said that Disney knows this film's in trouble. They're pressing hard. There is no buzz. And I'm going to prove it in a second when we look at what they did with a bunch of influencers here, okay? Talk about cringe. Woo, baby, get ready. But you look at this film at an opening at, say, 80 million, okay? Maybe less for a 3-day. 80 million for Star Wars? That'll be under Solo. Let me bring up the Star Wars box office, okay? Here it is, and you can see all of them here. Let me flip it over, and you can see it here over my shoulder, okay? Now, I have them slotted as far as the biggest opening. The Force Awakens, $247 million opening. Last Jedi, $220. Rise of Skywalker, $177. Rogue One, I think one of the best Star Wars films of all the films, without question. Not the best of the new, one of the best overall is at 155. Revenge of the Sith, 108. Then Solo at 10 at 84. Now, once you go back to like, Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, you're talking about forever ago, and the money just doesn't equate when you do inflation. Solo was back in 2018, so you're talking about 8 years ago. Granted, the inflation calculator, certainly a lot more now today than it was in 2018, but not like it was back in 1999, 97, right? 80s. Okay, obviously, whole different universe there. But when you look at this film, if it goes under Solo in 2026 cash, it's not just under Solo at 80 million, it's under with inflation, way under Solo. Okay, and this is what's happened. We know there's no arguing that Disney has essentially destroyed the Star Wars brand by doing all the stupid shit they've done to that franchise. Certainly the TV shows did no justice to any of that. I understand some of you said that some of them are good, okay? But my point is, listen, how often I've told you this? We need to have time away. You need to have time away from MMT. Why do you think we only do a stream on Thursday and Sunday now? It's only 2 nights a week. And that's all you need. You don't need more. With a movie, with a song, with any kind of thing that you're exposed to all the time, you need time away. That's why musical artists disappear. Like Madonna was good at that. Taylor Swift really needs to go into hiding for like another year and then emerge. You need time. The refractory period, okay? And Star Wars has had that. So there's no excuse this time around. The thing is, when you look at Mandalorian and Gru, you're talking about a film that looks like it is a TV movie. I mean, obviously it's a TV show, but it looks like one. Favreau directed it, but when you look at it, the budget's about 160, which is under what the other films were. Remember, when you throw in inflation, that means it's really under. It looks bad, okay? When I first saw that trailer, I said, this looks like shit. Like, this doesn't look like, it looks like a video game. This doesn't look like the lush, right, rich Star Wars films that we've seen in the past. And you can have your problems with Rian Johnson's films, but they look a lot better than what I'm seeing out of these trailers. So you talk about, and I go to the ticket sales here for Thursday, and this is the 250 Dolby, which is one of the best theaters in all of LA. And you look at this, and it's like, look at all the empty seats. I mean, you've got quite a few for 250 for a Star Wars film. Okay, and then again, this is the number one AMC in the world, AMC Burbank 16. Hello. So this is concerning at 250. You're going to say people are working. LA's different, man. People are at the movies at 1 on a Monday, at 250 on a Thursday for sure. So don't use that as like your barometer, your local place. LA's different, and this should be sold out for 250. Now, granted, 6 o'clock looks better, but this is, I mean, look, Kuzma, right? There's zero buzz. I would agree. And that's what I said in that Toronto Sun article. I'll pull it up. I'll find it before the stream's over if you haven't seen it. And that's not the kind of thing Disney wants to hear, okay? Because that's why we have more credibility than anyone in the space. Certainly people we're going to drag here in a second, okay? You're going to see a group of people in a minute that as a group has less than half, I would argue less than 10% of the credibility that I have. Maybe less than 1%. I'm being way too generous. That's my bad, guys. They have none because they're shills for the studio. And that's what Disney's doing now because they're so desperate. So they're like, oh God, we have to just bring all these influencers in and try to get something going, because you see here, the Hollywood Reporter has this at $80 million. And this is a few weeks ago. If anything, the buzz is going down. The reactions were not strong. Okay, we'll look at some of those later. But I can tell you that there are people that are usually shilling out for Disney and they're like, it's kind of boring. I didn't really have that much fun with it. This is a problem. When you have people that that are overpraising 99% of the time, and they are saying it's not great. What do you think I'm going to say? The guy who comes in and just does a hatchet job on shit when it needs to happen. So I look forward to probably doing that on Thursday, because if a dude who is currying the favor of Disney is having a problem with The Mandalorian, do you not think that the ace, the man with more credibility than anyone in the entire film space, is not going to come in and savage that shit? You guys know it. And that's a real big red flag heading into this film. And I would argue seems to be true too. When you look at this, Finn Thomas, everyone is much more interested in Obsession and the upcoming Backrooms film, Star Wars Completely Buried, because of the mistakes that they have made, right, over the years. And, all the woke stuff, okay? I'm not the woke guy. I'm not the anti-woke guy. I'm telling you, though, that there's a lot of people pissed off at what has happened to the Star Wars brand. And I would argue they have a lot of valid points, okay? So that is where we're coming from now. You talk about Obsession, outperformed this weekend. It's got a lot of buzz. Certainly more of a cinephilic film. Obviously a $16 million opening. But still, for that film, that's tremendous, okay? When you look at Backrooms, we're going to watch that trailer. A new one just came out. And that's a film that's going to pop, okay? I don't know if you guys know how big that is on the internet. That was a huge thing, and now here comes the movie, and A24 might have its biggest opening of all time. In fact, I would argue it's pretty much locked, okay? And then beyond that, we'll see, but just watch out for that. But back to what we're talking about here, Mandalorian, it doesn't have that buzz. I mean, it's just not there. I mean, I feel like there was more buzz for Tron Legacy, right, than there is for this. So here's now where we get into tonight's shills of the week. We don't just have one or two or three. We have a whole bunch. It's all the people you see in this picture right here. Not Pedro. I mean, he's not a great actor, but we're not going to call him a shill. We're going to look at the reactions of the influencers. Look, by the way, who were all piped in, right? They were shepherded into this event, basically saying, if you come hang out at the Star Wars thing down at Disneyland, you might see something cool. Maybe the Mandalorian himself will show up. And then look at the faces of performative bullshit that's going on here. Oh my God, look at this guy. Oh, wow. Like, this shit is just the worst, right? This guy over here is like straight out of Central Casting, isn't it? Look at the dude over here. This guy's like, oh my God, I had no idea. This dude with the tats on his forearm, right? This guy, look at him. I guarantee he's some influencer, right? All these people are. She's screaming in ecstasy. Whoever this is losing her shit. Okay, right? And one thing I also want to mention about this picture that's amazing, is this not the perfect Disney PR play as far as getting our race quotas all in one picture? Is there a white guy? There is. I think, is this a white guy back here? See this guy? I think there's one white guy. He's, of course, in the back, right? The guy with the Dodgers hat, I can't tell, but everyone else, we've got every single thing. We got the blonde gal here. We got it all. We are good to go. And this is what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm not the anti-woke guy, but this picture right here is enough to make anyone vomit because it's so fucking artificial, right? You look at this, you're just like, ugh, because the people are artificial. The casting is artificial. And then look there. Oh, he had no idea. Right? He wasn't in on this the whole time. Also, I think we need to start talking about Pedro Pascal's hairline. I do. I think it's a separate thing, but I think it's time that we start talking about Pedro's receding hairline. It might be one of the topics we get to later, but this is something I just discovered right now. See, I'm always looking. Got to always be curious, but I'm telling you, this guy. So here we go. Let's watch the video because it's not just enough to get the still. We get to get the full reaction here via the Star Wars Twitter account. Here we go, guys. Here's the reaction to, oh my God, it's the real Mandalorian Pedro, receding hairline Pascal. They're coming in. He's getting ready. Don't make it obvious.
You're gonna hear my welcome, but I'll just be like, what's up?
Right, sons, travelers, come in.
Here they come.
You all know the Mandalorian?
Welcome into this random group of people that we put in limos to come down to Disneyland. They definitely got in town cars, and they came down. Look, we have no idea. Look at them again, straight out of Central Casting. What a nice job, guys. Let me tell you, you hit all the quotas. Nice work over there down the street here in Burbank.
Mandalorian, do you have anything to say before we send our travelers on their journey?
And also, can we just talk for a second? We're going to go back. We haven't seen their face, their screen. Wouldn't they know by all of the cameras? Because how many cameras we've seen here? At least 3. There's got to be at least 3, maybe 4. Maybe if there's 4 cameras following you around and you're coming up to this area, maybe that there's going to be Pedro Pascal as the actual guy. And there they are. Look at them. There's all the shills in one picture. Aren't they wonderful? They're just such a happy group of people. Seriously, can I just tell you, the credibility in this photo is 0. There's 0 credibility in this entire photo. There's more credibility on the right-hand portion of your screen than everyone in that screen to my right, your left, that combined, right? No question. The ace, the man, the myth, the legend has more credibility than any of these. Listen, they wouldn't bring me because I'd be like, shit, we knew it was Pedro. What's up with this guy? Why is he not playing along? Because I don't play the shill game. Okay, so there they are, all of those people. Bring back that comment, Gone Girl. I'll get a couple comments here before we transition into our next thing. We'll just do the cringe of the week right now, and then we'll do our reviews. It's a busy show here. We'll do Nolan. We got all that. They came, they saw, they shilled. Johnny, 100%, right? This is their job. Now, I don't know if they get paid, but they definitely got treated like stars. They got the town cars or the, SUVs all the way down there, and then they bring them out, they bring them into the exhibit. They've got all the fucking stuff going on, the cameras, and they're like, hey, guess what? This is content for me. Disney likes me, because that's so important. Like, oh my God, a studio is using me. But these people all are just so phony, right? That's the thing. Listen, can we just have a heart-to-heart here for a moment here on this Sunday night? No one has ever called me phony. They have said outspoken, they've said, out of control, they've said opinionated as hell, nasty at times. No one has ever said phony, not one time. That is something I wear as a very, very proud badge of honor. You guys have no idea. That means more to me than anything. The fact that I am real, I have credibility, and no one in this space goes as hard as me, and you guys know it, okay? And as fair as I am. If I like The Mandalorian on Thursday, I will say it, and you guys will lose your shit. What? He likes the movie. But that's the reality. That's how I operate. Soups is streaming right now that he wasn't invited, was he? He's probably overseas from some other thing. That's probably what happened. Because that's, he's all over the place. Lionsgate flew him over to Germany for Michael. He is like the number 1 shill. These guys are kind of like just like the supporting shills. I don't know who any of them are. Do you guys? I have no idea who these people are. Are they on TikTok? I have no fucking clue who these people are. Not one of them. Not one person. You all probably do, and I hope you don't. But if you do, feel free to bring me the names so we can watch some of their shit before the stream's over. Because this alone discredits everything they've ever done. I mean, just as like I would never take part in this. It would never happen. I would never be part of this whole thing because I would be like, this is tarnishing like any kind of credibility, right? They don't care. These people don't even know what that is. Like, what credibility? What's that mean? I have no idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I was going to do the cringe of the week. I'm going to save that. Let's bury that for a second, and we'll come back to it. I do want to show you some stuff about Chris Nolan because he is going crazy on the Odyssey, and it's nuts. I don't know why Universal is pressing. Well, we all know. We know why. We talked about it last week, right? All of the backlash against Lupita and possibly Elliot. This is not going well for Universal. Nolan is being attacked from everyone from Elon Musk to on and on. Go on Twitter, type it in, you'll see. Okay, everyone's like, why did you race swap? Why did you? Okay, listen, we talked about that last week. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Now, Universal's on the offensive, right? there's a part of me that thinks a lot of this is manufactured because all of this discussion is generating interest and buzz in the film. Let's face facts. Is that fair? 100% fair. So when you talk about the Odyssey that still doesn't come out here for another 2 months, okay, 2 months basically from today, pretty much, you're talking about a film that already has an awareness level that is higher than virtually any film that I can think of recently because it's already Chris Nolan. Then you have the controversy. You have all this interest, and then you have him on 60 Minutes tonight. So you're building this to this crescendo really early. I mean, again, 2 months away, and here we are in 60 Minutes with him talking about the film. This is a clip that just ran a little bit ago on 60 Minutes. Used to be the #1 show of the week. Every single week in the Nielsen rating, 60 Minutes was like huge. I don't know where it is now because you guys know broadcast television is not near as big as it was when I was a kid. Let's watch the second here. It's about a minute long. How the Odyssey was filmed, and it was just a bitch to get done. Here is some of the clip tonight.
Let's go!
Nolan's Odyssey brought Matt Damon and thousands of cast and crew to Greece, Iceland, Morocco, Italy, and Scotland. He shot 2 million feet of IMAX film.
And again, the first film to ever be shot fully in IMAX, the entire thing.
Unbelievable. What do you
What the
think?
hell was that laugh? Can we listen to that one more time? Hold on. Ready? Listen, like, why? Hold on. Listen. Here it is. Wow. That's like something. Remember the dude who, Howard, what's his name, was running for president, went, yeehaw! And they used that over and over. That could definitely be looped and turned into a meme.
Unbelievable. What do you think when you see that? You've seen it 100 times.
I've seen it 1,000 times. I mean, I think it's a lot of work by a lot of people.
I have the sense that you don't think of yourself as the most important person on the set.
I think of myself as the representative of the audience on set. That's my North Star.
Well, you pissed off the audience with the casting. I think we can all agree that there's definitely a lot more people who are angry about that than are happy about it, right? Just fair. I think it's fair. I think you guys know.
Well, that's how I have to be looking at the film. So in a sense, I am the most important person on the set because I'm the audience. In taking on the Odyssey, it does become about scale. It needed to be the biggest film that we had done. It needed to be challenging to all of us because that's the nature of the story.
Looks like you nearly drowned Matt Damon.
We certainly put him.
He's like, oh, God, this is the question. Why can't I do the 60 Minutes interview? First question I'd ask is, are you worried about all of this outrage about the casting? And they'd be like, get out of here. Get this guy out of here. I can't believe we let Weber interview him for 60 Minutes. You can't ask that question because I'm not going to do an interview and not ask that question, right? You guys know that. That's why I have credibility. That's why I would, #1 gold standard right here, baby. But you talk about this. It's not just this, another clip coming up. But you talk about where we're at here with this film. Again, 2 months out. 2 months. And he is on full offensive, talking about this thing, pushing this thing. Universal, I don't know why they're pressing so early on the button. Remember, I told you guys, even Project Hail Mary, which ended up being a $600+ million, $650+ now, $660. When you talk about it, I called it at $500 million+. I think that it could have been even bigger because they missed the release date. They went too early with the screenings. Okay. Granted, it's still a hit, but you see what I'm saying? You can still say that they missed the release date, perfect release date. It was a week before. These things are just little deals, but they matter. Okay, so we talk about this. I don't like the fact that you're building the Odyssey and push 2 months out. By the time the Odyssey comes out, you're like, shit, isn't that already out? Same thing happened with Project Hail Mary. If you go back, trust me, people were saying, I thought this movie was out because it was just like too early, too much. So Nolan now is just out of control. But look, the thing about 60 Minutes, from what I can tell, is there's no clip of him defending this. Is there? Did I miss something? Is there a clip of him saying we just cast, who we thought would be right? I'm curious that they didn't ask that. It might have been off limits. You know, maybe they filmed this before all that came out, but I still feel like that's something as a journalist you have to be ready to ask. You just have to know. And it just seems weird to me that no one asked that question. Here, let's listen to Matt Damon talk about the movie. Here he is, another clip from tonight's 60 Minutes. I haven't watched any of this. This is new to me. Hopefully it's new to you because we're watching it together. So it is what it is. Let's just watch it. Here it is.
I mean, it was the hardest movie I've ever done by far. I mean, not even close.
This is Damon's third Nolan film after Interstellar and Oppenheimer.
So Damon looks like he's in better shape. I would not say this guy's ripped. Let's make sure that's clear. Okay. He looks pretty good. He looks like he's been in the gym, but he's not like ripped. Let's not call him like jacked and ripped. It's not that. Okay. Just being fair. And you guys know that's right. And I'm allowed to do that. Guess who can't do that? 3 strands of hair wrap guy. Guess who else can? Chris Stuckman. Guess who else can? To my knowledge, Jeremy Johns. I'm pretty sure that Grace Randolph can't talk about that. It just sounds weird. For me, I can do it. I get away with it. That's why the haters hate even more. Too bad. Learn to love it. It's the best thing going today. Thank you.
The first meeting I had with him, at the end of the meeting, he said, this movie's going to be hard. I kind of looked at him like, I've made, 100 movies or whatever. I looked at him like, yeah, I know. And he looked at me and went, no, this movie's going to be really hard.
Nolan often returns to his stars, including Cillian Murphy in the Batman films, Dunkirk, and Oppenheimer.
Well, listen, that makes sense. We talk about this all the time. You look at Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, right? Once you find someone you work with well, you're going to keep working with them. I don't care if it's a writing duo, an actor, whatever it is, you're going to find the people that you gel with, you mesh with, you have chemistry with, and you're going to use them. So, of course.
He really understands what actors do and what is required of them to do it.
He's an actor's director?
As far as I'm concerned, yeah. People might not think of him that way because the canvas he paints on is so big, but look at the performances in his movie.
Yeah, he's right. 100%. You know, you look at Interstellar, which I think is his best film. We talk about the emotion in that film. McConaughey, I think it's very underrated, right? We don't talk enough about Matthew McConaughey as an actor. I understand he has the Southern drawl. He does kind of the same thing in every movie. So does everyone else. McConaughey rocks, okay? But yes, I would argue, you look at Nolan's films, he gets good performances out of virtually everybody.
Movies.
Particularly in the case of actors, you're handing them a script and you're saying, okay, you go away and you become an expert on that character's perspective on the story. So then when I'm on set, they're informing me. You know, they're bringing me information about how that character would see things, how that character plays. So in a way, it's the opposite of what people think it is.
I think what separates him from other directors is the stories he wants to tell are incredibly ambitious, and the way he wants to tell them is incredibly ambitious.
Yes. Again, this is the first film shot entirely on IMAX. So that's, you know, and he can listen, Nolan can do whatever the fuck he wants. Obviously, you know that. Even with this controversy, he can do whatever he wants, and the studios will go to war like the Odyssey for his next film, okay? And he picked Universal for this film because he liked how they handled Oppenheimer. He did not like how Warner Brothers handled Tenet, but I would argue Warner Brothers did the best they could because that was the time when we were told that if you go to the movie theaters, everyone you know is going to die. And they still released it in theaters. I drove to Vegas to see it, okay? Because LA was shut down. Orange County shut down. And it was crazy, right? Remember that? You guys remember. Come on, man. Okay, so the fact that Warner Brothers still put it out theatrically, I think that he maybe kind of screwed Warner Brothers that way. And I think he should have really looked at them again, even though I think Universal's done a great job. Obviously, Oppenheimer, look at all the wins, Oscar wins. And then you look at this film, they're just letting him do carte blanche, do what you want to do. And Nolan is the brand. And I'll tell you what, and I saw the comment here from All Elite, and I don't know if I believe you, to be honest with you, All Elite. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to support this. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe you, right? I don't think you maybe would do that. I think at the end of the day, when this thing is out, people are going to go see this film because it's Nolan and it's going to be good, okay? Whether you like the casting or not, there is virtually no universe in which The Odyssey is not a great film. Can we all agree on that? At least a very good film. He's not going to make a complete disaster. We know that. We're in arguably the best hands. Whether you think he's overrated or not, you're not going to get a bad Nolan film, okay? I mean, Tenet is not necessarily a great film, but as a cinematic experience, it is, because you got that score, you've got just all the shit, the size of it. You know, you're talking about the 747 really slamming it into the hangar, all that shit, right? That is cinema. So you talk about this, same thing. So I'm just telling you, even though you're saying you're not going to see it all, Elite, at the end of the day, when the reviews come out, you come to MMT and I say, this film rocks. I understand you guys don't love Lupita, and if Elliot is Achilles, I'm going to have a problem with it. But still, I've got to figure out a way to get over that. I've got to figure out a way to move past that in my evaluation, whatever I think about it. You know, go back to Mandalorian. When I go see it on Thursday, I got to find a way to get past the fact that I don't want to see it, that I'm not into Star Wars anymore, and I've got to get to 0, like I talked about on the scale. I got to be at 0, and I've got to be fair. When movie starts, I've got to say to myself, is this working? Is it achieving what it's trying to do? You know, all these films are trying to do different things. Is it the best version of the film it's trying to be? That's the review, okay? So if it works, it works. Odyssey's going to work. I know that. You know that. Everyone knows that. So that is going to be really difficult for these people, and I'm not just calling you out, Ollie. I'm saying anybody who's saying, I'm not going to see this film because of Lupita, because of Elliot, because of all that stuff. I don't want to do that. And listen, guys, let me explain. As I say that, you guys know this, that I am the guy who is always railing against quotas and DEI. Always. Watch this channel. Anyone here in the comments will tell you who watches this channel all the time. I am a dude who goes harder on DEI and quotas than anyone that's even remotely objective, okay? Not even close, okay? The anti-wokers will always do that, but that's not who I am. I am an objective journalist at the end of the day, and when I turn on what I believe to be the truth, then it becomes, you know, all bets are off. And when I look at this film, I just have to say to myself that I want to see how it works. Does it work? Does it affect the film? If it doesn't, then we're good. But I need you to understand that I believe that DEI and quotas are some of the worst things ever installed in society. Society needs to be run on merit alone. That is it. There is no box checking. There is no age. There is no nothing. If I have a surgeon who's 10 and he's fucking good, he's going to be in the emergency room. If I have a surgeon who's 80 and still has it, he's in the emergency room. I am going to pick the best people. I'm not picking a white, a black, an Asian. It's not happening. When I watch a movie, I do not say this is a female director, a male director. It doesn't fucking matter. If you find someone who says even for 1 second this film is good because it's directed by a woman, you need to harass them. You need to tell them that they're fucking you need to just tell them that they're so far warped in their brains that they are disingenuous, they are agenda driven and useless. You're useless in this world if that's how you think. You're a useless person, and I mean that, because if you are valuing anybody over someone else because of the color of their skin, then you are just, again, devalued to 0 in my eyes. I don't have any interest in you because you're pushing your shit. You have you want to see your things installed in the world. I was talking tonight about Disney and how one of their big officers over there, I don't know, CEO, CFO, whatever, she's on record saying, I have a trans kid, therefore I try to put trans stuff in the movies. That's not your job, okay? That is not your job to do that. Your job is to make the best film and not insert your fucking agendas into it, okay? That is not your job. Do the finances. Stop trying to push your crap into this stuff. That's not happening, okay? I'm telling you, man, I would die to be in the position to be able to walk into a meeting where this comes up and I just go nuke. I mean, I'm talking full on DEFCON 4, nuclear launch and everything. What did you just say? We are not, I can't believe you even said that. Is that even legal to say what you said? We're not hiring a white person because, no, what? Stop. I'm going to stop you because you're going to probably get arrested. Well, we know that's not going to happen. But we're going to get you fired because we can take you to HR. You're discriminating. You're discriminating against a white person. It's the same as discriminating against a black person. It's discrimination. Don't tell me about, well, these people have advantages. I don't want to do that. Look, see, here it is. You see how raw this is? See how authentic this is? This is all live. This is all happening now. And I can tell you right now, no one in this space goes as hard as I do against that shit. But yet, I'm going to give the film a chance because you have to do that. Because ultimately, to be objective, you have to get over that. I have zero issues with the race thing. It's fantasy in my eyes. I'll see Nolan's vision. I would agree with this, Kuzma, but I do understand how people have an issue with it. We talked about that last week. I understand how someone says it's fair-skinned. It's like, exactly how it's quoted in the book. I understand that. And listen, also, here's what I brought up last week, is that what I have a problem with is that here they're like, it's no big deal, but as soon as you cast someone who's white in a Latino role, everyone goes fucking crazy. That you gotta be going crazy both times. You cannot selectively outrage. You cannot selectively decide what you're gonna get angry about. You cannot do that. That makes you disingenuous and, again, useless. And I'm telling you what, man, I just can't stand these people. I don't care if you're whichever way you are. I need people that are going to be objective and balanced and fair as much as possible. And there's no one who does that better than me, because I told you guys, Libra, okay? There's something to astrology because I'm a Libra. And guess what? Scales, okay? Dude, everything has to be balanced. As soon as I say I'm going like this, like last night I'm watching In the Gray. We're going to do the review in a minute. I'm like, am I not, because I don't like Guy Ritchie. I'm like, am I being fair? No, this movie fucking sucks. So when I get to In the Gray, I was fair. And then I finally go, nope, it's over. Let's go. You get to that point, and once you get over it, it's like it's time to go. Talent gets the job. Look at Obsession director. Yeah, exactly. White dude, correct? He's a Barker's a white dude. But again, doesn't matter. When I came out of that film, I didn't say, is it a guy or girl? I knew it was a dude, okay, because there's so much buzz. Remember, I told you the story about St. Maud. So when I saw St. Maud, by the way, review of Tuner is next year, and then we'll do the Cringe of the Week, and then we'll do In the Gray. We're going to stack it how it is, man. I just flow with the show. So when you look at this Obsession, you go back and you talk about Rose Glass, who was the director of St. Maud. When I saw St. Maud back in 2020, or it was 2021, they sent me the link. It was 2020, because they gave me the link right before COVID hit, okay? St. Maud was due to come out by A24. And then all of a sudden, COVID hit, and they shelved it. I got to see it right before. When I saw it, I watched a screening link, because theaters were like, I don't know, they sent me a link. I can't remember what happened, but I got the link. And I watched it. I didn't know who directed it, nothing. I just heard that it was good. And I watched it, and I go, St. Maud, oh my God, who directed this? I went right on to IMDb. Well, it's a woman. Who cares? Like, that, it doesn't, this is the thing. I told you before, there's a lady who writes for the AP. I forget her name. Now I think she writes for the LA Times. I'm drawing a blank, but I'll come up with it. She wrote in a review, her exact words were something like, this film is directed by a black female, which is enough right there to recommend, or something along those lines. You're like, what? What did you just say? Like, how can you say that with a straight face? Because they're so far left. These critics are so far agenda. They're so much about pushing that left-wing ideology. You're like, stop pushing your fucking ideology. They're so far left. You saw it with Michael. What's the right thing to say about Michael? These critics, man, I'm telling you guys, not only are they bad, they don't have it starts with no talent, but it also goes to the agenda. You got agenda and no talent, and you got a pretentious attitude like a Robert Daniels, like Bill Jabiri. These people are useless. You talk about useless. They are just completely and utter frauds, okay? Write your 5,000-word think piece. No one cares. No one cares because you're writing for no one. You understand that, right? You don't relate to anyone. You're not relatable. Like, you're the kind of guy that if I was at the bar, I'd be like, I'm out of here. Give me the bill. I'm not going to hang out with you. You hang out with me at the bar, like, I'm going to have a second. Let's go. Let's chill. Let's do it. If it was Gore, you'd have 20 beers because he's a drunk. Not me. We'd have one Coors Light, Miller Lite, Mick Ultra, Bud Light even. I know that probably surprised you guys. You're not outraged. I listen, I do enjoy a good Bud Light. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, man. What do you think I am, an IPA drinker? Fuck that stuff. I want natural light. I want the garbage. I like the garbage beers. When I used to go out in college, we used to go out, we get the pitcher of the most shitty beer. What was it? Natural Light? Maybe it's worse. Was it Old Milwaukee Light? But we used to get a pitcher for $1. The bucket was $2. Listen, this is what we did. We used to go to Mean Mr. Mustard's. Look it up. It was real in Columbus. It was an alternative dance club. And we'd get the giant bucket. The paint bucket, and it was full of beer, and we would all take our little plastic cups, and we'd grab the beer that was the cheapest shit you can imagine, like Keystone Light, and we'd be like chugging that and dancing to Sisters of Mercy. Okay, that's what my college experience was. So if you ask me who had a great youth into college, it's me, the Gen Xer, okay? Because we were able to drink out of a bucket the shittiest beer you can ever imagine. So once you do that, you're kind of kind of used to that. And once you drink an IPA, you're like, what is this? This is frou-frou. I don't want this. I want the redneck blue collar shit that the Ohioans drink, baby. So all this, wow, there's a random, there we go, out of nowhere, right? This is what happens on the channel. I can't manufacture. I can't even do this stream again. You guys know that, right? When I start, I just go, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I just say to myself, moving on, because you can't sit here and dwell on it. I talk about this all the time, just quickly before we get into Tuner here. And I am a fan of this film, big fan of this film, is that in life, you really need to just go. You need to stop wargaming shit. You need to just say, hit live. You need to just, you're not going to be ready all the time. You just do it. And, like Nike, you just do your thing. And you can't sit there and say, this isn't the right time. I don't feel like it. You just have to make yourself do it. I go to the gym, right? You guys know that. I go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week. I'm in the best shape of anyone in this space. No contest. It's not a contest. There's no debate. And the reason is because I'm consistent and I just do it. I don't dwell on it. I get it done and I move on. Get it done, move on. Get it done, move on. Tonight's stream, get it done, move on. That's the key to life. You need to remember that. You'll never be fully ready. Just jump out of the fucking plane. Not me. I'm not jumping out of the plane. I have no interest in jumping out of the plane. Here comes Tuner. This is a directorial debut. I'm really impressed here. And this is a film that opens this week, and we want you to see it. That's why we're leading with it over The Abysmal in the Gray. Here comes a little bit of the trailer. I don't love this trailer. I think it doesn't sell you the real film. I think this film hits its stride after the first 45 minutes. I think we're going to pick up this trailer, which basically is like a compression of the entire film. Watch. This is more of a thriller, and it's very sophisticated. I like this film. It's called Tuner. Here comes the MMTE on this Sunday night.
Hello?
You know how long you're gonna be? It's loud. As long as it takes. Unless you can open the safe. Already? If you want to make real money, give me a call.
Harry Horowitz.
The outstanding balance is $36,000.
Where you gonna get all the money?
I'll figure it out.
And this is more of what I believe this film is. The beginning of this film is, don't get me wrong, the trailer does sell that. This is what you should be watching when you watch Tuner. It's a great representation of what the actual film is. And I like so much of this stuff, right? Let me tell you something. I don't know if I've ever seen Leo Woodall in anything. Have I? Like, what have I seen this kid in? Is he been in something that I've seen? Because I don't remember seeing him in anything. He's fantastic. Really good. Like the kind of thing that, he's got to do he's got a hearing issue where everything that he hears is super intense. So he has to go around wearing essentially headphones, or he's going to be overwhelmed by the screeching, by all the city noises in New York. I love the New York setting here. We don't get enough movies in New York. I think the one note I would give this film right now when I talk about New York is I would actually show New York a little bit more. When you talk about, it's there, don't get me wrong, you're in New York, but I think there's moments where you can linger a little bit on a shot of whatever street you're on, of Manhattan overall. Just linger a little longer. This directorial debut, feature debut, he directed Navalny, right? The one that won Oscar, however you say that. He won that. This is his first feature. But I think that he tends to, when I look at this, I think you get too many edits. And I think he's figuring that out. There's so many shots here. It's not like out of control where it makes you want to turn it off like Gray Man. But I feel like he can restrain himself just a little bit more on this film, and it will be better. But I love the look of this film. It's very polished. It looks great. Cinematography is clean. Reminded me of Tar. It has a look of Tar, right? Remember how clean that film looked, right? It was just really immaculate. This film looks really good that way. I like his traditional framing. I think that he's got of really good stuff on display here. That polish is very impressive for a first feature. Again, I also like the grounded characters. Go back to Leo Whittle. He is really good. Also, man, how awesome is it to see Dustin Hoffman again in a film? Been far too long. We need more of Dustin Hoffman in films, and the role here is perfect for him. Overall, listen, man, this is sophisticated, mature cinema. We don't get enough of these films. It feels like an awards film. There's no reason why this can't be an awards film. We've had some films that suck ass that have made it all the way to the Oscars. We need to have films like Tuner in the conversation. This is from Black Bear. This is their best film, bar none. The Christie was not great. In the Gray is worse. It's coming up next. And now you have their best film, no question, 91% on MMT. Tuner. Go see it this weekend. These are the kind of films you need to support, because if you don't support these films, you don't get these films in theaters. This might look like a streaming film to you, and I would argue you could maybe make that as a case. But here's the deal. I want you to support it because I want to get these films in theaters. I don't want to have to watch them at home on a streaming service because, I don't even do that. By the way, if you watch my reaction out of theater tonight, they were handing out this box, and I was like, what is this? Why am I getting a box from Tuner? You guys see this? So I already unboxed it. We're not going to do the live unboxing technically because I unboxed it. Here it is. You guys ready? It is Dustin Hoffman playing the piano because he is a piano tuner along with Leo Woodall in this film. So we all got tonight with this special sneak preview in Dolby. We got the Dustin Hoffman bobblehead as he plays the piano. This is prominently featured in the film Tuner. If you see Tuner, you're going to say to yourself, I saw that on MMT. It's on the dash of their van, of the tuning truck. And here it is. And on the back, this is my first, probably last, Black Bear. How often are we going to see that? A24, Neon, Universal, Black Bear. This is probably their only promo item they will ever issue. Very happy to add it to the desk here. The Tuner Dustin Hoffman bobblehead doll. Black Bear has to stick to these smaller grounded films that could be a better IFC. I agree. That's a really good comment, Luis. I'll tell you, you talk about the ability to identify these films. And this debuted at Toronto last year. I think they were the ones who financed this and got it going. If I saw this film and I were a Focus, I would have purchased this film. No question. I would have released it in October. I would have made it an awards film because Leo is very good. Dustin Hoffman's fun. The dude who is the mob kind of guy, the criminal, he's very good in supporting. I like him there. And also the direction is good enough to at least garner some attention. I think he's going to get better. What a feature debut. But you look at this as a way for them to kind of focus in on what they do. Black Bear, find these films. And Christie was not a good film. Okay, I had that discussion. Go back and watch my reaction. It's not a good film. Okay. And it's not because of Sydney Sweeney necessarily. I think she's fine. There's a lot of issues with that film. This film's so far superior. It reminds me of Michael Mann, right? Going back to Thief, going back to his first works. It kind of has that 70s, 80s thriller, drama, kind of crime thing going on. That's fun, right? And that is what I like to watch. It also reminds me a lot of Emily the Criminal. Did you guys see that? Really big fan of that film. If you've not seen Emily the Criminal, highly recommend that film. It should be on one of the streaming services by now. It's been a long time. I came out and raved about that film. Same kind of setup, right? A guy, in that case a girl, gets mixed up with the wrong crowd, and then we know it's going somewhere bad. And I also like the ending here. If you're paying attention, you'll notice something very important about the ending that they don't tell you. That's what I love, right? They don't tell you exactly everything in this film, but there's something that happens, and if you're paying attention to the screen, you're going to see it, and you're going to understand how the whole thing wrapped up. And that's what I want. I don't need to be bashed over the head with this stuff, and Tuner is highly recommended. Go check it out. Okay, any other comments on Tuner? We'll do the other one. We'll just go ahead and do the second evaluation. It's In the Gray. It's a bad film. I will hammer that fast, and we'll move on to the cringe of the week. No one else saw Tuner. All good. Let's do it. You guys ready for the next one? It's In the Gray with, yes, your boy Henry Cavill, who is very stilted. Can we just agree that Henry Cavill is very stiff? Everybody, are we on the same page here? Can we just say, okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page because we're going to talk about that in a second. This is from Guy Ritchie. I loathe Guy Ritchie. At least I'm honest about it, and I'm telling you that and disclosing all this before we get into the review. Here comes a quick 30-second teaser for the film with Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, and Gonzalez. I forget her first name. She's not good. She's very much of a very stilted, boring actress. Here we go.
Range 250, ram it, Janet.
Sid, Bronco, and Rachel have a really fun dynamic. Kids, follow me.
That creates a special relationship.
3, 2, 1.
Jake is an extraordinary talent and a lot of fun.
Ooh. Henry's just the most incredible partner.
Majesty.
She's the brains, and we are the brawn.
I'm happy with her.
In the Gray, rated R.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about In the Gray because we have a lot of stuff we need to discuss here. Let's start with Guy Ritchie. As I mentioned, I am not a fan. You go back to so many of his films. I remember sitting through Sherlock Holmes, and I was saying to myself, I hate what I'm watching, right? Where you tell us what's going to happen in a succession of quick edits, and then we have to relive it with it actually playing out in real time. That's what this film does. Again, it is his 100% trademark. You guys watch any movie, it's the same shit. Here comes the exposition dump, and then we're going to put it in some kind of montage, or at least feels like it should be. It goes on for like 20 minutes. This film starts, and you get her already explaining as she's this like lawyer who gets debt. Trust me, man, head's going to be like, I got to get out of here. I don't want to listen to this. She starts talking about what she does. Then you get them going over their plans for what they're going to do. And then it's all quickly edited with this like, and then we're going to go here, and then he's going to do this. And if that happens, then you go here. And then if that happens, then we'll do this. But then what I need you to do is go through here, and then we'll go across there, and then you'll do. I'm like, oh my God. I was fucking tortured by this film. This film, for the first 40 minutes, made me want to flee. I was like, I gotta go. I sat through it. I wish I hadn't. But here we are tonight. I also do not like Isa Gonzalez. She is very flat. She's delivering lines like she's a badass, right? She's like, well, you might know who I am, but I don't know who you are. Whatever the fucking line is, it's all bad. She's leaning into it, trying to be this tough girl instead of just kind of throwing it away and having fun with it and still having a little bravado. She just gets in. She just is. I'm telling you what. Listen, can I just say this tonight? I think that listen, all I'm saying is I don't know how she got where she got. I don't. She's cute, right? And all that, but I don't see where, and I remember from Fast and Furious watching why is she a thing? And this film really puts her on, the center stage because she is the main character essentially, along with Gyllenhaal and Cavill. But no, I'm not a fan of her, and this is another reminder of that, and this is actually the biggest reminder because I hadn't seen her, in a big role until now. Henry Cavill's flat. He's just stiff. He is limited. He's got alligator arms. We talked about that this morning. He does. He has really short arms. So he's he's got this kind of like he's like this. This is Henry Cavill. So he I know a lot of the ladies think he's cute. Guys think he's like buff. Listen, he first of all, he's not all that in shape anymore. I mean, he's still big, but he was definitely on HGH when he was doing Superman, okay? But now he's still just kind of like bulky again with the alligator arms. So you've got him trying to be kind of the straight guy, and Jake Gyllenhaal is the muscle. Gyllenhaal's the muscle, which should be flipped, right? Because Cavill's the Man of Steel, so they're kind of like going against type, whatever. Gyllenhaal and him are going back and forth bantering. Are they gay lovers? I'm pretty sure they are in this film, right? Well, they certainly talk a lot about gay shit. You're going to get a blowjob, this, that. It's so much. It's all throughout this film, okay? I'm like, stop, just stop. It continues. Jake Gyllenhaal, listen, I think he does have fun here, maybe a little too much. He just puts on too much, the accent, trying to be so hard, and I just feel like that's even too much, but at least he's something that's sort of interesting holding this film together. Again, I really dislike this film. It's a 30%. I don't want to see any more Guy Ritchie films. And someone actually commented that Guy Ritchie's like one of the best directors. Fuck me, man. I don't know what to tell you. If you think Guy Ritchie is one of the best directors we have working or had working, you guys are really fucked. That shit he does in every film where guess guess what? We're going to do this, and then edit. You're just like, and then we have to relive it, right? It's like, so here's what we're going to do. It's like the Lego movie. Remember when Emmett gets together and does the plan? We're going to go here, and then you have to but in his movies, it goes on forever, Guy Ritchie. You do the plan, and you go through it visually, and then you have to live through it at the end with the actual full thing playing out, and you're like, I just saw the plan. Can I just watch the short version of the plan? What are we doing here? Hated this movie. Black Bear, you should be sued for putting this in theaters. Awful film. Henry Cavill is not 007. Let's make sure that's very clear. Henry Cavill is never going to be 007. He is so boring. What a absolutely dull actor. I mean, fine for Man of Steel. That's it. He was bad in Argyle. He's not good here. Do not say he's 007. He's too old, first of all. And this is, well, it's ageist. I'm older than him, so shut the fuck up. Also, can I tell you this? Also, when you look at him, he just doesn't have the range. Daniel Craig's a far better actor than Henry Cavill. Just stop. Let's stop the Henry Cavill 007. Just stop. Okay, we good? Thank you, everybody. Okay, we're going to do the cringe of the week momentarily. Any comments on In the Gray? Did anyone see it? If you saw it, let me know. If you didn't, I'm sorry. You're lucky. Okay, Caleb, I agree. Is it Caleb or Callum? Callum Turner's amazing. He's really good in that film Eternity, which we liked. It's a very good-hearted film, right, about the afterlife with our adorable Elizabeth Olsen, just drop dead. As I've told that story, I'm not telling the story tonight about how hot she is in person. We're not doing it. But I'm going to tell you that I liked him in that. He's got the right look. He's tall. He's British, right? He's very good. I would agree with this. Callum Turner, first of all, is younger. He's a much better choice than Henry Cavill. How does Henry Cavill have so many? Thank you. I appreciate that. See, that's the thing is, right? I love hearing this, but how does Henry Cavill have so many fans? Like, I don't understand. Why are you guys all freaking out about it? I don't see it. Again, alligator arms, HGH, what are we talking about? Thank you. Here's the deal. And welcome to the channel, by the way. I don't know if I've seen you before, 99. John's 49, Jim's or whatever it is, 99. It's bad. Did anyone say it's good? If they say it's good, what are we doing? Like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? We can't do this. In fact, I was talking to someone in the bathroom at AMC when I was leaving yesterday, and I was talking about how bad it was, and there's some guy looking at me like, oh my God, how dare you say things like that? You could just tell, like a look of disapproval, like kind of like, oh God. Like, looked at me like with stern look. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Leave me alone. I'll say what I fucking want. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Get the fuck out of here. Like, don't look at me like I can't say that shit. I wasn't talking about you. Talking about this movie. These movies, I'm telling you what, man, I tell it all the time. Some of these movie fans at AMC, they're just weird, man. They're weirdos in that place. I see it all the time. Like, what? Do you guys have lives? What's wrong with you? You're weird. Like, that is like, why do you care so much? I care about this stuff, but I move on. Like, I say that I hate Guy Ritchie, but I'm not thinking about Guy Ritchie when this is over. People are like, I can't believe that guy said Guy Ritchie films are bad. I'm like, good. He's a block of wood. Thank you, Queen. Welcome to the channel. You're welcome here anytime. That's what I said. No, seriously. There is nothing interesting about Henry Cavill, except that he's like, right, he's a good-looking alpha male. Whatever, dude. Again, he's got alligator arms on HGH. He is a good-looking guy. Talk about a receding hairline. I mean, listen, we're all dealing with it at some level, but he's way back there. Not quite as far as Pedro, but see, 2 strands of hair rap guy can't do this stream because he couldn't say what I just said. By the way, can I get a little love? We are so rocking the mullet now. It's not exactly where I really want it to be, but it's pretty fucking bushy back there. So I need you guys to come in with a like, a sub for the mullet that I don't know how much longer I can take because it's starting to bug me. It's starting to exactly a mega swiper. Listen, we all have some level, but I'm just saying, here's the deal. My hair is still intact. If I was totally bald, I couldn't talk about the receding hairline. Do you understand? Like, that's what makes the haters hate me so much, because they go, I don't know what to do. He's old, but he's ripped. He's got hair. We don't know, he's good. He's really good live. Fuck, he's an asshole. Like, they don't have anything. The default is like, he's a jerk. They don't have anything. So that's what I love. I love, like, absolutely just pushing on that, just absolutely hitting it. He also has bad teeth. I didn't notice that. I actually didn't notice that Henry Cavill had bad teeth. Next time I see him, there's no fluoride over there. Worst Superman ever. This is getting nasty. I love this. This is really good. Welcome to the channel. You can do that all the time. Feel free to join into how do you express an opinion that isn't exactly. Johnny, that's it. I'm telling you, dude, Johnny, you have no idea. So yesterday, I'm telling you, I came out of the movie and I said it, and the guy, I swear to God, he turned around as I was talking, kind of loud, because I was like, you know how I am when I watch a movie, it's bad. I'm fucking vocal like I was after Beau's Afraid. And the kid, he looked at me like, I'm like, what the fuck is your deal, dude? If you want to say something to me. If you don't like me, say it. Like, literally say, I don't like your shit. If I don't give a fuck, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm not talking to you. That's the thing is, these kids don't understand. We're old school Gen X. I can say whatever I want. I'm sorry if it offends you. Too fucking bad. Not my problem. It's your problem. You figure out how to exist in that world. Not my deal to like make you all happy. It's not my deal. But these people are just like that. They're so, you can't say anything that's critical. You might hurt someone's feelings. Oh, speaking of that, I guess I'm going to hurt someone's feelings right now. This is not going to be good. If you don't like feelings getting hurt, turn away. Just go away. Okay? Everyone leave, because someone's feelings going to get hurt right now. And I don't know what to tell you, except I'm going to do it. Because it's so what? If someone did this for me, I'd be like, I don't care. No, seriously, if someone did this from one of my streams and they go, this guy's the worst, I don't care. Like, I'm confident. I'm good. I don't need that. Okay. It's our first. You guys ready? It's our first. By the way, we're at 1 hour. How does this happen? How does this happen every week where I go, we don't have enough time, and then look what happened? Like, I don't have enough for an hour. And then I start going off on random shit. It happens every time. Get ready. Here comes our cringe of the week. It's our new one. We'll try to find something really cringy like our influencers from earlier. Tonight, we're going to visit Mama's Geeky's YouTube channel. And I thought this was one of the influencers that was at the Mandalorian event thing that they put on we talked about earlier. I don't think so. But I do know that Mama's Geeky is a woman who has kids, and he kind of works about mama and movies, and I have kids, and I have a family, and these movies. Total shill, but that's beside the point. I want you just to watch this, okay, for a second. I want you to watch what we're going to watch, and then I want you to give me your honest... This is your turn to react. I'll hit as many comments as possible once we watch a little of this video, okay? And I want you to comment. What do you think of what we're watching right now? This is for Mama's Geeky. By the way, 167,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is 164,000 more than we have. So I just want to make that clear. See, I own my shit. Do you understand? That's what makes me the gold standard. I own my shit. I admit things. It is what it is. Here we go. You guys ready? 167,000 subscribers with content like them watching Project Hail Mary for the first time. Everybody, I want you to respond. This is your turn. I'll put as many comments as possible in. It's our cringe of the week. It's Mama's Geeky with her kids watching Project Hail Mary.
Like you with the golden disc earlier.
Okay.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, look at him.
Oh my, he is so cute.
He's so cute.
I know. I love him too. Hey guys. Welcome back to Mama's Geeky.
What? Dude, first of all, can I just say this? I have to say it. I'm going to say it. I need to get this out there. I have kids. I would never put my kids in front of a camera and do this shit. It is so performative. It is just like, ugh, right? Do you guys agree with me or not? That would you? I don't know how many of you had kids. If you have kids, would you put your kids in front of the camera and do this shit? Like for likes and subs? I would never. It would never happen. Even if they asked, I would say no. Because this is I do my own thing. Not just that, but I don't want to put them through that. It's like, hey kids, I need you to come on here and then not just like react. Like I guarantee you, because it's edited, right? I guarantee you, and not guarantee, she can say whatever she wants. There's some point where she turns to them and says, I need you to be bigger. That's not enough. I need you to be loud and say, he's so cute, oh my God, and act like you're crying, or actually cry. That'd be great. Do we have some water bottles we can like put under the eyes and we can do the whole thing? Do you see what I'm saying? It's so much of an act and so cringy, is why we're Cringe of the Week, that I'm just curious. I just want to know, am I the only person having this reaction? If I'm not, then you tell me. Everything I just said. Watch a few seconds more. That was kind of the highlights. Let's just go ahead and watch a little bit more, see how they're reacting. So they're watching the show, they're watching the movie, and then they're reacting as they watch? Like, who's watching this?
To move. I think you have enough duct tape now.
And aluminum foil.
Ooh. too. I really like Carl. Yeah, he's great.
Oh, he's cool.
Oh my god, yes! Of course, sour Skittles, yes! It's sour Skittles too, which means it's superior.
And cool sunglasses.
I mean,
What? Do you have to talk about everything in the movie? Guys, I can't. I'm not doing anymore. Can you guys help me here? Is this like, if I did this, would you not come in the comments and harass the shit out of me? Do people do that to her? I'm not saying you should. I'm just asking you because it says, I showed my daughter's Project Hail Mary and it destroyed us emotionally. 1.7 thousand likes. 1.7K. Look at all this shit. Here's more people. Look, three people together.
Mary.
Look at them. Here they are. Do you see this?
It's full of stars.
Here they are.
It's too beautiful. Rocky loves Grace.
Right. What the fuck is this shit? What are we doing? This society's so cooked. This shit's not just her. It's all these people. Who are these people? The real fucking rejects. Oh my god. Oh. Why? Like, guys, you understand when I do a reaction thing, you guys have seen it, right? We're going to watch a trailer in a minute because I'll show you how I do it. Do you see me doing that? Whoa, look, Rocky loves it. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you guys doing? This isn't even normal. You guys are weird. You tell me I'm weird, right? Weber's the jerk. That's not normal to say, oh, guys, look. Watch my reaction when I come out of the theater. Do you see me going, oh, guys, What is going on with these people? Like, what is wrong? Why do you have to act like a fucking clown to get people to watch your shit? I don't do that. I act like a badass. Okay, I'm not gonna deny that. Thank you so much. But it's real. This is not an act. None of this is an act. Menzel will tell you none of this is an act. I mean, yeah, it's slightly heightened, but you don't see me going. Ugh, it's so bad, Johnny. It's so bad. It's so bad. And yet, this is like people watch this shit. The rabbit hole gets deeper, weirder, which all these different reaction videos, I can't. Like, look, hold on, let's just go a little further ahead and let's watch a second more. No, is my internet down? Oh, no.
Rocky is a little bit like Superman. Superman and Daredevil.
Plus, it's edited, right?
Did Grace find sampler instructions?
Is she wearing a shirt that says rejects? Do you know anybody who wears a sweatshirt around that says rejects? I swear to God, I'd laugh my ass off. I saw someone walking around with that sweatshirt. We watched The Real Rejects. Like, well, that makes you a real reject for sure. Look at that sweatshirt. Cool.
Awesome.
Oh, Weber's so bad. He's such a jerk. Like, who wants to sit around and watch this shit? What is this? What is this? You guys help me. What am I watching? It's so bad. And yet, that's the funny thing is, right? It is lazy. Bob, 100%. It's 100% lazy, right? Because look, they have each other. They're all like, riffing on, well, look, there's Rocky, there's this. You don't see me with other people. Sometimes I have Menzel come on. Other times, 99% of the time I'm by myself. Been on for an hour straight. I don't have anybody else helping me out. I don't need to sit here and watch, right? Okay, let's do a trailer reaction. Let's watch how I do it versus how they do it. You guys ready? Here comes a trailer reaction. Let's watch the Backrooms trailer that just dropped, and then we will see the difference between how I do it and how they do it. You guys ready? Let's watch it. There will be no crazy shit going on my end, not that I am aware of, unless something's in the movie, unless something legitimately freaks me out. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? I gotta find it. Where is it? Oh God, I gotta go to the actual page. Give me 1 second. I'm woefully unprepared. I've been on for an hour. The show's been okay. Give me like a thumbs up for an okay show tonight. Here we go, guys. Ready? Here it goes. Backroom teaser trailer number 2. Incoming after this ad rolls. Give me a second. It's coming. I got it queued. Let me hit skip. Okay, here we go. Give it a second. All right. This is what we call the trailer reacts live. This is live. This is not going to be some kind of performative bullshit. If I think I need to stop, I'll stop and talk. Here we go, guys. Let's watch the new Backrooms trailer. Going to be huge for A24.
I found something in the store.
Okay. What did you find?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, people have already seen it? Well, that's something else, isn't it? Look at A24 showing this movie to people, but not me. I told you guys they never would. They never show it to me because A24 hates me. Oh, 100%. Because I literally have an entire stream called The Death of A24. Remember, that was when they had Front Room and Tuesday. You ever see those films? Go watch those films. Come back to me and tell me it's not The Death of A24.
Keep up. It only gets better.
Sorry, I'm not being performative enough. My bad, guys.
You got the camera, right? Or you can borrow it again.
You still haven't told us what we're doing here, man.
I did tell you. Research.
It just feels weird. Oh, it's not dead. It's alive. Wow. That was kind of a jump scare. See, another person saw it. Who was this? Who was this person who saw it? Fresh Fiction. Oh, of course she did. Oh my God, that's Courtney Howard. Courtney Howard is as you guys understand, she's an underrated studio shill. You don't understand. She is definitely a studio shill. She said that the monkey was great. Did you guys see the monkey? She said Maxine was great. What? She's guaranteed. She is a shoe-in for that. Pulse pounding and beautifully catastrophic. Excuse me, claustrophobic. Well, it could be catastrophic too. But every time A24 Neon has a film, she's going to have a quote because she's guaranteed. She's here. You go. I'll serve it up. Hey, by the way, Courtney, if someone shows you this, you know I'm right. Don't get angry. Do not get angry. Do not. That's because if you have a problem with what I'm saying, you're the problem, not me. Don't get angry with me for calling it out. Don't do that. Be better than that, Courtney Howard. Seriously, be better than being angry that I'm calling you out for doing what you're doing. Don't get angry with me for that. It's again, be better.
All these places and buildings.
By the way, we're stopping again. Is anyone doing the trailer reaction I'm doing to this? No, that's my point. This is what I do is authentic, real, and not performative, even though it might seem like it is done. I'm reacting in the moment. I'm not like going, oh, look, whoa, look at that. Ugh. I'm filling you in with shit about Courtney Howard. Who else does that? Nobody. I don't get enough love. Truthfully, I am the most underrated person in any space in the history of this planet. I think that's fair. We're the Riddler's channel and the Batman. It is what it is.
Rooms. Misremembering.
Who was that? It says who was this person? We got to stop and see who the quotes are from. Digital Trends. Okay. All right.
Misremembering themselves.
Who's this person? The Playlist. Playlist News? Is that even a person? I don't know. Who said that? Someone at the Playlist.
It's a real mess. But also beautiful. In a way. No.
It felt like the walls breathe. That's from the Santa Monica Mirror. What the hell is that publication? I have never heard of that. I live here in LA. What the hell is that like a little community newspaper? What the hell is that? You guys ever heard of the Santa Monica? And again, I'm in LA. Never heard of that in my life. I've heard of the Mirror out of the UK, not the Santa Monica Mirror.
Clark, where are we?
Is that it? All right, that's it. Okay, it's coming. It's going to be huge. I know that. This film is going to be very, very big. Is anyone... See, there? That's my trailer reaction. I know it's not as exciting as the other ones. I'm so sorry. I would try to do better, but I can't guarantee it. All right, let's do the comment blast closeout, and we're out of here. I'll get to as many comments as possible. If I haven't gotten to yours yet tonight, now's your chance, and then we'll play a song. I want to thank... I had a great comment from a viewer, and they said they like when I play a song as we go out of here. So I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to try to do that every time. If not the song at the beginning, I'll pick another song. It's just kind of a nice way to wrap and to get you ready for the week. I always have a really cool, usually electronica, because I'm into that, right? Synthwave. I was a rave DJ. I told you guys that, right? Back in Columbus, Ohio, I was DJ Webslinger back in the days. Yeah, I'm always going to love that. Let's see. Well, it brings in the moolah. Yeah, I guess. I guess so. But you know what? Honestly, let's just talk about that. If you get 100,000 views on your reaction, you might make, if you're lucky, I think it's like a few $100s. It's not a lot, right? 100,000 views on YouTube is not much, unless it's like tech, right? Because here's the deal. If you are talking about tech, then you're talking about a viewer who's going to spend more money, right? So they value that view more than a movie right? There's just more. So I think movies okay on the, listen, guys, this is a fun little shits and giggles thing I do. 99% of the critics that you come across make $0. And if they make any money, it's not enough to they're not rich. So at the end of the day, you talk about the space and 100,000 views. To make money on this apparatus, YouTube or X for sure is like nothing. YouTube, you've got to be hitting like 1 million views a month. I'm not going to hit 1 million. It's never going to happen. We're never going to hit 1 million. We're too niche. And I don't even care. I don't care. You guys understand, when I do these videos, they go out into the ether and it's over. I don't go back and say, oh, I've got this many views. It doesn't matter. I was doing this channel when we started with like one person watching, maybe zero at times. I think I did streams with zero, and 25 views, 100 views, and now our subscriber to view ratio is very high. We talk about a 3,000 whatever we're at. I know it's roughly, but we do 500 plus per stream, sometimes 700, 1,000, right? The box office stream did 1,000 today. I mean, I see it. It's like it's there. I'm not saying it matters, but I'm saying here's the deal. That's a 33% return rate. 33. Good for YouTube is 10. I am averaging 20. Okay, so we're doubling that. Good is 10. So I'm good. It doesn't matter. My point is, that's why I always like to bring that up, because I see a lot of people with like 167,000 subscribers and they have like 5,000 views. It looks okay, but it's bad. It's really awful ratio, right? Because you talk about 167,000. If you're doing the ratio I'm doing, you should be doing roughly 40 to 50,000 views per video. Does that make sense? Right? It's the same thing. If you just take the numbers up, right? Ratios. So this is what I'm saying. Like I'm fine with how things are. It doesn't matter. I would rather do what I do and keep it exactly how it is, and then not have whatever it is, than have to bend and yield and change and do shit I don't want to do. Yes, times are hard, 100%, but I'm not going to go do that. I'm not. It's not going to happen. So again, I have very strong principles, okay? And no one in the space is more opinionated and more fearless, okay? There's not another critic in the space who would say what I just said about Courtney Howard. Not one, okay? And it was fair, because they don't want to get in trouble with another critic. They don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't give a fuck. I don't go to these critics. And if I went to critic screening, she had a problem, that you come talk to me. You're the problem, not me. Again, me calling you out that's not the problem. You guys understand that. You guys, right? You get that, right? Me calling you out does not make me the bad guy. You doing that all the time and me calling it out, that makes you the issue, not me. This isn't up for debate. And if you don't like that, you have to deal with that. Look in the mirror. It's not me. I'm not making things up. This is real. Go look. You're all over. It's true. Okay. So don't act like it's like, oh my God, I can't believe. No, it's 100% true. And you know that. You're fully aware of that. So it's repeatedly, like, especially because you got to remember, if the studio is going to show it to you early, you are part and parcel. You're going to say the positive, whatever it is. This is a claustrophobic piece, mindfuck, whatever it is, right? And even if the movie's bad, you can say at times it's claustrophobic mindfuck. This is what I'm talking about. They know that. And so A24 loves people like that. They hate people like me who come out of Beau is Afraid and say this is the worst movie ever. A24's got to answer for this shit, because they know that they are never going to be able to make me say whatever they want me to say. I'll never agree to that. So as such, I will never quid quo pro anything, so that makes me useless in their eyes, and that's perfectly fine. It's a wonderful relationship we have because we don't have one. Makes it a lot easier for me to attack whoever I want. I don't have to worry about losing access to X, Y, or Z. It doesn't matter. I'll go see it at the movie theater. It's easier. I don't have to deal with the critics. I tell you, when I go to the critic screening, I walk in and I go, this is a big group of people that have negative shit energy. I don't want to be around them. They're very uncool people. I said it a million times. I'm going to say as nice as possible here. When you walk into a critic screening, you say to yourself, this is why OnlyFans exists. Not the fact that they're on OnlyFans because they're paying the people on OnlyFans. These are people that need to pay people on OnlyFans to get their rocks off. This is just a group of people that are very, very ugh. Okay, it just is. And I'm sorry if that makes me bad and mean. Too bad. It's reality. And go look around. Go look around, guys. It's not hard to see. So yeah, that's where we are. All right, let's do a few more and we're out of here. Hella cringe. Thank you, Sid. I just, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. They're garbage, right? And like, Bob, you just saw what I did, right? I didn't really react to Backrooms. Is this going to be big? I'm loving the fact that the guy who made the series or whatever made the movie. Whatever it is. And then I riffed on the actual critics. That's not what typically do. They go, oh my God, I can't wait to see this. It's going to be amazing. Look at this. This is, and that's the thing is that I just say, I don't want to ever be that person. It'll never happen. If people are going to turn the camera on and be fake, then do a scripted type of show like you see on actual TV. Yeah, it's bad, right, Coach? Thanks for watching tonight, by the way. Everybody. But yeah, it's true, right? When you watch that, you just say, I feel kind of, like, again, cringy, secondhand cringe. People say, I feel cringe for your selfies. Dude, I'm taking a selfie in my reaction. It's my thing. So what? I'm not doing a video of me going, watch my reactions when I come out on YouTube. They're very simple. They're very basic. I'm just saying, I might say it's bad, and I say this is a bad movie. You don't see me screaming and laughing and crying and going whatever. Okay, on the stream, yeah, a little bit here and there when I do that. I'm into a song. Maybe I get a little animated, but whatever, man. But I'm not doing that. That's not what I do. You guys know that. I've never done that. If I do it, it's to make fun of those people. It's not to actually do it. Because it's almost like, dude, don't even remind me of Front Room. Please don't ever do that. It's absolutely yeah, it was bad. I mean, I'm sorry that it wasn't what you wanted. You know, if you want to watch that, go watch The Real Rejects and get a sweatshirt, because that makes you cool, right? What the fuck? Here's the deal. I'm gonna make some MMT t-shirts and I'm just gonna give them away, because that's how I do. I am like Mark Zuckerberg in the social network. I created a website and just gave it away. I will just give away shirts. We'll have like a contest, and then you guys will come in and you'll say, here it is. Oh, by the way, here we go. Let me see here. Here it is. Ready? This is tonight's poll. Oh my God. Everyone's not seen Mandalorian? Oh my Lord. We talked at the beginning. Are you going to see the movie? You put a 1 or a 2 in the comment right now and let me know. So far, everybody has not seen it. We'll check in one last time before we're out of here. A few more comments and we're leaving here on this Sunday night. The trailer reminds me of Severance. I agree. You know, I never saw Severance, but it does kind of look like that. It has almost the same font, right? Does it not? As Severance, it's almost like they just took the same everything and just kind of transferred it over. Backrooms, just stuff from your dreams. Is that right? It just goes like, it's like a alternate world, alternate reality, kind of like Planet X. Oh, the Obsession soundtrack's out. Oh, what a track. You know what? Maybe we'll play that, but I want to play a song tonight because I'll forget. But I'll listen to that. We'll do it maybe next week. We'll listen to a little bit. It's really good. I was hoping to have that on Thursday. We didn't. It just came out. Anyone else fall asleep in Hokum? Bad film. Animotion, I told you that. Remember, when I talked about that film, we said it's bad. And I had to push back against everyone who said it's great. Obsession nukes. Okay? Nukes that film. It's not even, they're not even the same level at all, at any level. That dude is so overrated. It's bad. Lee Cronin and that guy who wrote Hokum, both of them can go away as far as I'm concerned. Hokum's bad. It's a bad film. I wanted to walk out. Recently, the list of directors that should go for director jail is growing. It's true. No, but you know what? I always had him in he was always there. Guy Ritchie was never out of director jail to me. Do one stream. Okay, maybe I should just do an entire stream where I pretend. You know, but it's so hard to keep up. The real, I guess they do, Queen. They have t-shirts. Isn't that something? Make a t-shirt that says authentic. Yeah, all the haters will really love that. Based on the reviews, I won't watch The Mandalorian. Yeah, the reviews are bad too. We talked about that. It's so many things. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We'll get ready to wrap. We'll play the song. We're out of here on this Sunday. I'm back on Thursday. We're going to talk about Mandalorian. I will see it. We'll talk about box office. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, be upfront. It's probably going to be problematic. I have a feeling I'm not going to like the film. I'm going to say it looks like a TV movie. There's very little chance of me thinking this is great. That said, if it shocks me, we've been there before. Maybe it'll be that. I doubt it, but maybe. All right, guys, let's close out tonight with our track we led with. It's the extended version of tonight's track. It is called In My Soul, and it's from Omnia. And I was at the gym the other day, and I listened to a lot of mix shows, right? Like Above and Beyond, Group Therapy. And I'm listening, I'm in the middle of a set, and I heard the song come on, and I just was like, oh man, this is badass. This makes me very happy, and it's a great way to kick off the week. It's from Omnia. I'll put it in the description on the Midnight Movie Talk channel, which is available for you over on YouTube. Thanks for being here on this Sunday night. It's time to say goodbye from Los Angeles. Good night. Enjoy your week. We'll see you back here on Thursday.
Sometimes, like you might break, it's too much to take. I know we all feel pain sometimes. I promise if you wait, it'll wash away. We're falling slow, giving up control. And this world is crazy, but we're not alone. These chemicals, they can take a hold. When I look in your eyes, you're the antidote. And I know that you're fragile, babe.